here we go.
Here we go. We got one.
The commissioner is on his way to Le Podium.
What do we got?
With the 4th pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Houston Rockets select Amen Thompson, the Overtime Elite program.
So later, what was that? The mock draft I did, I think in early June, I ended up with Cam Whitmore at 4. After his pro day, I'd kind of heard the Rockets had some interest, and we'll talk about Cam later in this process here. But the whole time, the guy that has been most connected with them is Amen Thompson. This is a front office that prefers to go for the biggest swings possible. And undeniably, Amen Thompson is the biggest swing possible.
Yeah.
Amen Thompson is the best athlete in this draft class. He's 6'7". I don't know. Would you call him the best passer in this draft class?
I functionally think Scoot is a little bit better of a decision maker, but
sure.
Thompson's ability to pass is probably at its peak going to be the highest in this draft class.
Yeah. So like the word that Kyle Mann uses with this is passing vocabulary. I think that his passing vocabulary is better than anybody else's, just in terms of the sheer passes that he can make across the board. Like he can throw cross corners. He can get crazy angles because of his length. He can separate because of his first step athleticism. He has that crazy jump stop. He's strong enough to be able to put guys on his hip and keep them in jail. Like Amen Thompson is unbelievable. He's an incredible, incredible athlete. The upside is unbelievable. I love this pick for Houston. Houston now gets to pair him with Jalen Green, Jabari Smith, Alperen Şengün. Some of the 2-man game stuff you're going to be able to do with him and Şengün, even though neither of them can shoot, I think is going to be really special because of their passing ability, especially if they surround them with 3 shooters, and they're 2/3 of the way there with Jalen Green and Jabari Smith, long-term at least.
The most athletic backcourt in the NBA, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God. They're going to be so much fun. And Amen, this is a great night for Jabari Smith. It's a great night for Jabari Smith because last year we saw the challenges of playing for a coach that didn't run stuff for him and a couple of guards who didn't know how to organically find him. And he is a elite shooter who is reliant on other guys to create for him. Ime Udoka will be smart about where he positions Smith, but Amen Thompson is the piece here. This is the guy who can create and involve for you. I'm thinking about late clock situations, Jabari setting a ghost pick and pop in the middle of the floor for Amen Thompson. Holy crap, guys. And then Jalen Green maybe going off of a corner exit screen off Alperen Şengün, which is another decent option to take away spacing. And now you've got Şengün on that almost slip or short roll from the short corner area. My goodness. Like, there are going to be a really difficult team to guard in late clock situations because of his burst, because of his passing ability. He's got some things he needs to reel in, and we haven't talked about the jumper too much. He needs to become a better jump shooter. He needs to. That's how he unlocks all of the reads out of the pick and roll, is forcing teams to guard him outside of 12 feet. This year was actively harmful at times in the Overtime Elite program. He would catch the ball on the perimeter, and the man guarding him would back up inside of 12 feet, just completely back up. He needs to find a way to at least prevent that from happening. And if he does, he's got enough already on the offensive end. He's going to be a special player. I had him flip-flopping between 3 and 4 on my board with Brandon Miller for a long period of time. I settled on the safety of the shooting with Brandon Miller for scalability to an off-ball role, but he's probably got the second or third highest ceiling in this draft class.
Yeah, I agree. And by the way, the idea of Portland having the most athletic young backcourt in the NBA was short-lived, because now you pair Amen Thompson with Jalen Green. It's just going to be so hard to stay in front of those guys. It's going to be incredibly, incredibly difficult to stay in front. I just don't know how you do it at the end of the day. Jalen got a lot better this season at drawing fouls as well. Honestly, if I was Houston, I love Alperen Şengün. I think you play this out for another year. You see what it looks like. I think that you try and get Alperen Şengün to be able to shoot threes more than you care about Amen Thompson being able to shoot threes.
Yeah.
Because if Şengün can step out and knock down threes at a really high level, and you surround those guys with three spacers, it's going to be impossible to keep Jalen Green and Amen Thompson out of the paint. The thing that Amen Thompson needs more than anything is just the mid-range jumper. Yeah. Like that he needs a mid-range jumper. He needs a floater. He needs something like that where teams can't just go like 6 feet under every screen and hope that he's not going to be able to get into the paint and just like lock up the paint. Right. So I'm intrigued with, I'm very, very intrigued with the Amen Thompson pick. I think it's a good pick. I think it makes a lot of sense. And we'll see what happens now with James Harden as well. The James Harden of it all is intriguing. I think Thompson could play with James Harden on some level. You'd just be taking the ball out of Harden's hands a little bit more. And I don't know that that totally works, in all honesty.
I don't want to do it. I'd rather build.
Well, I don't want to do it. I've been very clear that I would not do it.